Coming up on our June edition of Roanoke County Today, we meet Pumpkin, a Roanoke Adventure Dog, and take her on a field trip with us.
We're visiting today at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection, or the RCACP, and joining me is Melinda Rector and also Megan Cords with Roanoke Adventure Dogs, and we also have a special guest, Pumpkin, who's going to be joining us as well. So Megan, start this off. Tell us a little bit about Roanoke Adventure Dogs.
So Roanoke Adventure Dogs is our new field trip program where we're allowing our adoptable shelter pets out on a day of adventure. They can go on a field trip with any member of the public who comes in and wants to help them out. Maybe take them on a hike, maybe to the lake, to the greenway, pretty much anywhere. Just get them out and have some fun.
Yeah, that's great. I know it's great for the animals and it's fun for the people too.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely.
And who can participate in the program?
Basically anyone. So if you come in and you want to take out a dog, it's about a 15-minute process. We'll coach you on the rules of the field trip, fill out some forms, and then you'll be on your way. We want to make this as low barrier as possible so anybody can help out.
Okay. Are there any specific requirements?
Yes, so we ask that any field trip handlers be at least 18 years of age and they have to have a cell phone on them just in case of any emergencies.
Sure. Okay, is there a time limit? You can just take them out for the whole day?
We'd like them to be out for a minimum of 2 hours, but they can be out anywhere from 9:30 a.m. to 4:45 p.m.
Okay, great. And how can people sign up for this?
So we don't do plan-aheads. It's really you just come in and you say, I want to take a dog on a field trip, and we'll set you up with the perfect dog for you.
Okay, and do you get to choose the dog that you want to use, take out on a field trip?
It just depends on what you're going to be doing that day and what kind of energy of the dog that you feel comfortable with, because we don't want to send someone out with a dog that they don't feel comfortable with. So we kind of gauge what you're going to be doing and what kind of energy you can handle, and then we match you up with a pup.
Okay, and how does the staff get ready to send one of these little pups out on a field trip?
It's very exciting because the dogs, I think, have figured out that something is happening, because they have gotten fitted with harnesses. They've all gotten fitted with martingale collars, so it's been very exciting the last couple of weeks. But we send everybody out with a little backpack with their pup, and it's got treats in it. It's got a collapsible water bowl. It's got water. It's got a frisbee, it's got balls in it, and it also has a little cheat sheet guide in case something does go wrong, as who to call and how to get in touch with us again. So we want you to be just as prepared as possible. You don't have to provide anything. We provide the leash and the collars and the harnesses, and we just want you to have fun.
That's great, and the dogs have fun
and
too.
And the dogs have fun, and they are exhausted. When everybody who has gone out, when they come back, it's like they can't even put one foot in front of the other, and they sleep so well. And that's one of the things in the shelter that animals struggle with, actually getting restful sleep, because they're always very alert and very intensely alert. So these field trips have really been helping these particular dogs get some rest and sleep really good. So.
And what are some of the other benefits of taking a dog on a field trip?
Well, the other benefit to it is just for people. You know, sometimes you love animals, but you're not in a position to where you can have an animal. So this kind of lets you rent an animal for the day, and so that both of you have a really good time and enjoy each other, and the benefits for both the people and the dogs is really high.
Right.
And it reduces stress in both.
I'm sure.
Do you have a treat back there?
I know.
I have a treat here. There you go.
Pumpkin's a sweet little dog. And so, Megan, tell us a little bit about the program. Is it part of the study?
Yeah. So it's part of a nationwide study with Maddie's Fund. They're teaming up with Arizona State University and Virginia Tech to just study the overall effects of field trips and short-term fostering on shelter dogs, to see if it helps their well-being, it causes them to have more restful periods when they're in the shelter. They just want to see if it works, if it's a good thing for them. And so far it has been.
That's great. And how can people find out more about Roanoke Adventure Dogs?
So they can check us out on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection. They can also look at our website, rcacp.org.
And Megan's has an email. You can email Megan.
Yep.
So it's mcords@rcacp.org.
Okay, great.
I think Pumpkin's ready to go.
I think so. So we're really excited because we are going to actually take Pumpkin out on a field trip with us today, and we're going to document Pumpkin's trip and what her experience is and what our experience is as well. So we're looking forward to that.
Well, we are so thankful that you guys are going to take her, because I think she's going to have a wonderful time, and she's going to see all kinds of different things. So she's got her frog legs on, so she's ready.
Great. Well, thank you both for joining us, and I certainly encourage viewers out there to check out more segments about Pumpkin's field trip. Hello, I'm visiting today with Robin Salo at the Department of Social Services. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Before we get started talking with Robin, you might recognize Pumpkin. Pumpkin has been visiting with us on the different segments we're doing for Roanoke County today and what you'll see online. And she is at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection and part of the Roanoke Adventure Dogs. So to find out what Pumpkin's been doing with us, be sure and tune in to those shows. So, Robin, we want to talk to you about adult abuse. I know that's a bad thing that happens, and people aren't always aware of what that program is that you all deal with. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. In Adult Protective Services, we receive reports of abuse and neglect and financial exploitation. When we receive those reports, we review them for validity, and if they're valid, then we assign a worker, and that worker goes out and meets with the individual and talks about what the report was about. We work with folks who are over the age of 60, are between the ages of 18 and 59, and who are incapacitated. Incapacitation is defined as someone who is unable to make, communicate, or carry out decisions regarding their well-being. So we work with those people and see what services might be needed and what services we can help provide them. Some of the services that we can provide are nutrition related. We can provide referrals for transportation. We can provide ongoing case management, assessments for long-term care. That is in conjunction with the health department. A social worker from our office goes out with a health department nurse, and they perform a uniform assessment tool that will determine if that person meets the criteria for nursing level of care. We also provide guardianship assistance, and if they're income eligible, we provide assessments for assisted living facility screenings.
And how do people provide a report?
They can call the local department at 540-387-6087. They can also contact the 24-hour hotline for adult abuse, and this is the Virginia number, and that is 1-888-832-3858.
And here at the Department of Social Services, the department that works with adult abuse is Adult Protective Services, correct?
Yes.
So what does Adult Protective Services not do?
Some of the things that we're not allowed to do, or we cannot force protective services on a person who has capacity. So if they decide that they don't want to work with us, we cannot make them work with us. We cannot take endangered adults into our custody. We do not have the authority to do that. And we can also no longer investigate if the adult is no longer at risk. So if the report was about a paid caregiver and that person has been fired, we no longer perform the investigation. We would refer that to other regulatory authorities who might then investigate, like police or licensing.
Will anyone know that it's been reported?
APS reports are confidential. The reporter's name will not be provided unless they give us permission or unless the court orders us to provide that name. Reports can be made anonymous, And reporters are immune from civil and criminal liability if they are making a report in good faith.
Okay. Well, this is a very serious situation that does happen. Again, people don't always know about it, but it's important that they do have a place they can talk about it and report it. So people should contact the Department of Social Services if they need to.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for telling us more about this.
Thank you.
Okay. We're here today at South County Library talking with Caitlin Gills about the summer reading program.
Yes.
So before we get started, you probably wonder why we have this sweet little fur baby sitting here with us. This is Pumpkin. She's part of the Roanoke Adventure Dogs program, and she's taking a field trip with us today. And you can find out more about Pumpkin at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection at their website, and check them out on Facebook. But Caitlin, let's talk about this program. Tell us all about it. What can people expect?
Yes, definitely. So our summer reading program started on Friday, May 17th, and it'll go to early August. The program's for all ages, kids, teens, and adults. And you can sign up at any of your favorite Roanoke County public libraries.
And why is reading so important, especially during the summer months?
So reading's important because it prevents the summer slide. Kids are out of school for a couple of months,
Right.
so it just keeps them involved and active. Plus, they have to read for school anyways, so why not earn prizes as they go along?
Oh, sure. That's always a great incentive for
Yes.
kids, is to give them something if
Correct.
they've done their work.
Yes.
That's great.
And we hope to instill just a lifelong habit of reading during summer.
Sure. And there's usually a theme that goes along with us. So tell us about this year's theme.
This year's theme is a universe of stories.
Okay.
So space themed, so we'll have programs from the Roanoke Valley Astronomical Society. We're going to have an inflatable planetarium here in our auditorium on June 21st. There'll be programs on the hour every hour that entire day, so that'll be really exciting and fun.
Great. And who can participate in this program?
So kids, teens, and adults. People don't really know that there is a program for adults, but they can all sign up and also earn prizes.
Oh, that's fun. I think I'll do that.
I
It's
know,
always
you
great to
should.
earn prizes. And so how can people get involved? Is there a process to sign up?
Yes, so if they visit any of our service desks at our libraries, they can just say, I want to sign up for the summer reading program, and our friendly staff will take care of you.
Okay, great. And you always have some great programs and events here at the library, at any of the libraries actually across the county. So what are some of the highlights for 2019?
Yes, so we'll have galaxy painting, red herring puppets, we'll have amateur astrology with Roanoke Valley Astronomical Society, the Traveling Planetarium, rocket launchers, Mill Mountain Zoo and Mill Mountain Theater will also be participating in offering programs.
I'm sure that's really popular.
Yes.
Yeah. And is this just at the summer reading program, just at South County Library or any of the libraries?
Any of the libraries. So a lot of those programs you can find on our website, and it'll list all the times and details, and you'll be all set.
Great. And what is that address if people want to come and visit and find out more?
It is yourlibrary.us.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for talking about this today, and I'm sure people will want to get into the library soon and get signed up.
Yes, definitely.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
The Roanoke County Recycling Drop-Off Station near the Brambleton Center has moved. Now located on Valley Forge Avenue, just off Brambleton Avenue, behind the Cave Spring Rescue Squad and at the foot of the hill from the previous location. Plus, the recycling trailers at all locations will now be single-stream trailers. Single-stream means that material can be commingled into any available compartment. Also remember that we only accept plastics number 1 and number 2. These simple changes, coupled with breaking down of boxes, will greatly increase the capacity of the trailers. Go to RoanokeCountyVA.gov for more.
I'm here today at the Department of Social Services talking with Ben Jones and Janet Belton. We're talking about Reunification Month, but just a reminder to people that I have Pumpkin here with me, and she's up for adoption at the Roanoke at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection in Roanoke, and she's part of the Roanoke Adventure Dogs program. And if you want to find out more, you can certainly go to the RCACP page, visit them on Facebook, and find out more about her. But let's talk about Reunification Month. What does that mean in child welfare, and why is it celebrated?
Well, for us, of course, when children come into foster care, it's because their families are experiencing difficulties. They have some issues perhaps in the home that means the child is unsafe, and these need to be corrected. So reunification means the family has done everything they can do to remedy those situations, to alleviate the risk to the child, and the child is able to be back with their family and all of those connections that they have there with their community.
Right. And so how does social services accomplish reunification?
Well, when a child is in foster care, we put services in place to address all of those needs, all of the reasons the child came into care, and those are services for the parents, services for the child, any supportive services that we can put in place. And if these services are successful, then again, we can move toward reuniting the family and bringing them all back together.
Okay, and why is reunification considered better for a child?
Well, even though an adoptive family or even long-term foster care might be, able to provide a loving family to a child, certainly they're able to do that. That's still not the same as a child being able to remain safely with their own family. And again, those same connections that they had before they entered foster care, hopefully their schools, their churches, community members, extended family. This is the child's family. This is their birth parents. And we always consider family to be the best option for a child.
Course. And do you have any special stories, memorable stories? I'm sure plenty.
Plenty. There's one in particular that comes to mind because it was, when the children entered foster care, there seemed to be so many barriers to the parents being able to reunify with them. There was substance use, there was homelessness, there were just multiple issues. And these parents worked so hard and put forth so much effort and just never gave up, no matter what obstacles were there. It took a while, and they were still able to do this. And the children are back with them, and they've been able to maintain connections to the to the foster family that the children were with. And it's almost like a big extended family for them. And they're doing so well. They've maintained sobriety for quite some time now. They have their own housing, employment, and as a matter of fact, the mother of the children is actually a peer recovery coach. She's done so well. So her story's being told all over the Roanoke Valley, and we're just so happy for them and so proud of all the efforts that they put in, and it's really paid off.
Great. And how can this community support reunification?
Reunification is a wonderful thing, but there's a lot of changes that happen with that. A child's been out of the home for a while. They've kind of adjusted to almost a new reality, and now they have to readjust, and that takes a lot of support. So certainly the schools can support the children that may be struggling with all of those feelings. They may have the sense of loss of their foster family and connections that they made there. And the school does a great job usually of helping to support these kids. Again, churches, other community services that can be in place to help the family know this is normal. It's a readjustment, and to just help the family through that.
A good support system.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. And Ben, talk a little bit about how does social services look for foster? You're still looking for foster families to partner with other families to accomplish reunification.
Sure. When people inquire with Roanoke County about fostering, I always emphasize that we are a foster to reunify agency. What that means is that anybody that is our foster home understands that we are committing as an agency from the bottom to the top that we're going to work with our bio families as long as we can to either help them, support them, or raise them up to a place where they are able to meet those needs, or to when we realize that everyone's done their best and these kids can't go home. Usually it's about a year to year and a half hard work supporting the bio family, and then if we're not at the goal by then, we may look at placement with a relative or even adoption. So we do adoptions, we do a lot of adoptions, we do a lot of placement with relatives, but our first year you will expect to work with bio family. Some of our best foster parents choose to become mentors to our bio families, because that is one of the best ways to share caregiving, to share lifestyle choices, to model a different way of living. And those kids end up with 2 families instead of losing one, and that's the best of all possible worlds.
Right.
So that's our hope, is that all of our foster parents come in knowing that we're going to work with bio family, but at the end of the day, we can never say whether a child will get to go home with family or be adopted, but we plan on that child going home with family.
That's great. It's such an important thing to be able to talk about, and I know for you all working in this field, it comes from your heart to deal with these families. So, well, thank you so much for sharing more about reunification, and certainly if people are interested, I know they can visit the Roanoke County website and find out more and get in contact with you all.
Yes.
Well, thank you for bringing Pumpkin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A house will always look like a house, but what makes a house a home?
Laughter,
Kindness.
love,
Hope.
Family.
Could you provide a home to a local youth in need?
Learn more about foster care today and help make a house a home.
Hello, my name is Brian Klingenpeel, and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. School is out and summer is here, and that means that as holidays like Memorial Day and Independence Day approach, people are going to be outside much more and taking advantage of the great weather to grill. So we want to give you some grilling safety tip reminders today. One of the first things you need to remember is whether you're using gas or charcoal, the grill should always be used outdoors. Never put the grill in the basement or the garage because there's a carbon monoxide hazard when you do that. Also, we want to make sure that the grill is kept far away from deck railings and the side of the house and out from under the eaves. There's a lot of radiant heat that comes from a grill, and so we don't want to be too close to anything that can burn. Heat rises, so we want to be out from under those eaves so that we don't catch the roof of the house on fire, for example. We also need to be reminded that just like a stove, there needs to be a 3-foot safety zone around the grill. Kids and pets need to be kept at least 3 feet away from the grill. We also want to make sure that our grill is always clean. The grate, the cooking surface, as well as the trays underneath. Grease and fat buildup needs to be kept away from those so that we don't start any kind of a grease fire with our grill as well. Also, just like when cooking at home, we never want to leave the grill unattended. It might be easy to get distracted by things that are going on in the backyard, by family members or pets, but we always want to make sure that we stay with the grill in case an emergency happens. And we also, when we light our gas grill, we want to make sure that the lid is open. Having the lid closed can cause a buildup of gas, and then when we hit the ignite button or we use a lighter to light the grill, that could be bad. It could cause an explosion. So we want to make sure that the lid is open when we ignite the grill. Also, as we approach summer, it means that people are going to be traveling much more, going on family vacations, and likely that means that some of you are going to be renting a beach house or going to a cabin in the mountains. Maybe you're going to the lake and you're going to rent a house from one of the very popular websites that's out there. And we just want to remind you to make sure that you're responsible for your own fire safety when it comes to staying in one of those vacation rentals. You need to make sure that the things that you would want for fire safety in your home are also in that vacation home. So make sure that it has working smoke alarms. Make sure that it has a working carbon monoxide alarm. And also, just like you should do at your home, you need to make sure that everybody knows the address so that if anybody needs to call 911, especially from a cell phone, that you're able to tell the 911 dispatchers how to get help to you, where you are, so that they can get help to your location. That could be unfamiliar surroundings, so kind of walking your family through your vacation rental and discovering 2 ways out of every room in that house and where the family meeting place is going to be once you get outside. Those are all excellent things to do at your vacation home. We want you to have a safe and happy summer, and so we hope that you'll just keep some of these thoughts in the back of your mind. If you'd like these safety tips or any others, you can find us on the web at roanokecountyva.gov/fire rescue, or you can call me directly at 777-8718.
We are having fun today. We're enjoying Pumpkin, who's a 1.5-year-old pit mix, and she is right now at the Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection, and she's taking part in a fun program called Roanoke Adventure Dogs, which is a great time for animals who are there at the shelter to get out and enjoy a field trip. So today, the Roanoke County Today crew is out filming today, and we're here at South County Public Library, and we're going to be taking Pumpkin along with us. So we look forward to having her with us and enjoy some of the sights and sounds as we travel along.
He's part of the RCACP's Adventure Dog program.
Oh, really?
Emily's a pit bull.
Are you? You want to be Pumpkin? About a year and a half. Let's say she's a pit shark baby. Here we go. These are some of my friends, Pumpkin. Casey, take a breath. It's social. It's mentoring for dogs. It's socialization for dogs that are up for adoption. Say hey. This is my friend Amber. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, she's cheating socialization here. You don't smell like enough food. Would you like this blanket? Oh, kid, isn't that nice? The Regional Center for Animal Care and Protection has new hours of operation and a new lobby. Thanks to grant funding, the center has a brand new look, making it easier for citizens to view lost pet listings, file a missing pet report, or interact with the staff. Plus, the hours have changed too. The new hours will be Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Adoption hours will be Monday through Saturday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. The new hours will increase our citizens' ability to redeem their animals earlier and create a better environment for adopters and the animals.